But Nana said 250 minutes entire answer.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine.
Getting better every time.
Birthday mridanga. Let it play, bro. Play, right?
Why is playing?
Hold right. Oh, yes. Hold.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Pralada
भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परमहंसाचार्य स्तोत्र सतत श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परमहंसाचार्य स्तोत्र सतत श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंदगिरी गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा मई की जय, यमुना मई की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री राम कीर्तन की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to assembled devotees Hare. All glories to assembled devotees Hare. All glories to assembled devotees Hare. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Deary Bol. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna. Saraswati Devi Bhagavan. So we'll start our one round of congregational chanting. We'll try to concentrate on the names and we'll try to do synchronously. as much as possible. Let me play Srila Prabhupada's chanting and see if we can match. Because that has counting also. Shri Gaur Hare चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्त। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Was that little too fast?
Yeah, fast.
Little wrong?
Yeah, I ended at the exact same time.
Same.
I ended at the exact same
Yeah.
time.
So next time we'll play a little bit slower because this takes, according to this, it takes 7 minutes. Okay, but we'll play a little slower. We have another version. I couldn't find that, but we'll play.
With this speed, I can finish 4 rounds in
Yeah, we'll do 3 rounds, 4 rounds.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, thanks for chanting. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Thank you very much for coming to this Saturday program, and thank you for coming, and thank you Makariya Prabhu, and thank you all. Bensalem Mataji, she came very far from. Thank you. So we'll continue with our Srimad Bhagavatam session. So do you remember what we learned last week? Which sloka? Last week. I'm asking last week. Do you remember the verse? Not the verse number, the verse actually. Anybody remembers verse?
Second chapter and text 18.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Mataji. But anybody remember the verse? Because that is one of the important verses.
Back wala ke back.
Last wala.
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhakti Ruttama.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mataji, Smita Mataji. So, today, His Grace Sesapati Prabhu will be enlightening us into Srimad Bhagavatam, and he'll be speaking a little bit about last verse, and then we'll continue from there. So, Prabhuji, please take care.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you all for joining. My humble obeisances to all of you. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Kauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pachatya Desatarine. So, as Prabhuji said, today we are going to read on the verse 1.2.18 and 19. Let us start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiyayat Srinvatam Smakada Krishna Punyasravana Kirtana Udayantasto Devadhyane Vidurati Sugurit Satam Nashtapraya Shabadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So my apologies, I have little cold, my voice is not that good. And thank you all for coming today, this evening. We will read first 1.2.19. Please open your mobiles or whatever. First I'll recite and then you can recite. Tada rajastamo bhava kamalo vadayaschaye chetayete anaviddam sthitam sattve prasidati. Tada rajastamo bhava kamalo vadayaschaye chetayete anaviddam sthitam sattve prasidati. Tada rajastamo bhava kamalo vadayaschaye chetayete anaviddam sthitam sattve prasidati. Please recite.
तदारजस्तमो भावा
Samobhava
कामलोभादयचये
Kamalopadayaschaye Chetayetayiranaviddam
स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति
Sthitam sattve prasidati. Tada rajastamo bhavaha Kamalobhadayaschaye Chetayetayiranaviddam Sthitam sattve prasidati. Tada rajastamo bhavaha Kamalobhadayaschaye Chetayetayiranaviddam Sthitam sattve prasidati. Anyone wants? Tada rajastamo bhavaha Kamalobhadayaschaye Chetayetayiranaviddam Sthitam sattve prasidati. So synonyms, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tada, you can read after me. Tada, at that time, Rajaha, in the mode of passion, Tamaha, the mode of ignorance, Bhavaha, the situation, Kama, lust and desire, Lobha, hankering, Adayaha, others, Cha, and A, whatever they are, Chetaha, the mind, Etaihi, by these, Anaviddam, without being affected, Sthitam being fixed. Sattve in the mode of goodness. Prasidati thus becomes fully satisfied. Translation, please read after me. As soon as irrevocable loving service is established in the heart, the effect of nature's mode of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire and hankering, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness and he becomes completely happy. Purport: a living being in his normal constitutional position is fully satisfied in spiritual bliss. The state of existence is called Brahma Bhuta or Atmanandi, or the state of self-satisfaction. This self-satisfaction is not like the satisfaction of the inactive fool. The inactive fool is in the state of foolish ignorance, whereas the self-satisfied Atmanandi is transcendental to the material state of existence. This stage of perfection is attained as soon as one is fixed in irrevocable devotional service. Devotional service is not inactivity but the unalloyed activity of the soul. Anyone wants to read, please? Next paragraph.
The soul's activity becomes adulterated in
Huge.
concrete matter. And as such, the diseased activities are expressed in the form of lust, desire, hankering, inactivity, foolishness, and sleep. The effect of devotional service becomes manifest by complete elimination of these effects of passion and ignorance. The devotee is fixed at once in the mode of goodness and he makes further progress to rise to the position of Vasudeva or the state of unmixed Sattva or Shuddha Sattva. Only in this Shuddha Sattva state can one always see Krishna face to face by dint of pure affection for the Lord.
Anyone wants to read next paragraph?
A devotee is always in the mode of unalloyed goodness. Therefore, he harms no one. But the non-devotee, however educated he may be, is always harmful. A devotee is neither foolish nor passionate. The harmful, foolish, and passionate cannot be devotees of the Lord. However, they may advertise themselves as devotees by outward dress. A devotee is always qualified with all the good qualities of God. Quantitatively, such qualifications may be different, but qualitatively, both the Lord and his devotee are one and the same.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuhu Unmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadanti. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Kaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining again. These verses are very wonderful verses in Bhagavatam. So before I speak, I would like to seek permission and blessings from all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis assembled here. And this is completely for my purification. Please forgive me if I speak anything wrong. And I pray to my Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara, to speak whatever they have said in the right spirit. Again, thank you all. And thank you for giving me this opportunity. So it's because of mercy of Vaishnavas I have got this opportunity today. Thank you. So we will quickly, this verse is connected to previous verses. We will quickly recap. Actually, Srila Prabhupada said in one of the lecture, so this Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu, this verse is right, Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. That is a Nishta stage. So like that, there are different 9 stages of Bhakti. Adav Shraddha. First we start with Shraddha, faith. So okay, we have a little faith on Krishna and we all come and sit here. Tadav Sadhu Sangha. Then we take the association of devotees. And then Bhajana Kriya. We start chanting. We chant, we start doing Kirtan and all those things. Bhajana Kriya. Then Anardha Nivritti. So then the elimination of unwanted dirty things within the heart. Anardha Nivritti. Then Ruchi. We develop Ruchi. Ruchi means taste. Taste to the holy name. Then, before Ruchi is Nishta. After Anardha Nivritti it is Nishta. So we are fixed up in the devotional service. And then Ruchi, we develop taste to the holy name. And then Asakti. So Asakti means the very firm attachment with the holy name and the devotional service. And then Bhava and Prema. So these are the 9 stages of devotional service. So in the 16th verse, it is mentioned that the sloka is Susrusho Shraddha Dhanasya Vasudeva Kadaruchihi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipraha Punya Tirtha Nishevanat. So this verse starts with Shraddha. This verse talks about Shraddha. Shraddha is faith. First, when we have Shraddha, that is what we just discussed. Shraddha and then Sadhu Sangha, then Bhajana Kriya. So first, Srishrusho Shraddha Dhanasya Vasudeva Kadaruchi San Mahat Sevaya Vipraha. Then we start doing service to the sadhus, Mahat Sevaya, Vaishnavas. Adav Shraddha, Dadav Sadhu Sangha. So we come in contact with Vaishnavas. And then Punya Tirtha Nishevanat. Then when we are doing service to the Vaishnavas, we start doing this Bhajana Kriya. The 16th verse talks about these 3 stages. Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha and Bhajana Kriya. And then 17th verse, Srinvatam Swakada Krishnaha Punya Sravana Kirtanaha Hrudayantasto Hyabhadrani Vidunoti Suhrut Satam. This verse talks about Srinvatam Swakada Krishnaha. By hearing the Swakada, Krishna, message of Krishna, the Kada of Krishna, that is Krishna Kada means the message of Krishna given in the scripture is spoken by Krishna and the picture is spoken about Krishna. The scripture is spoken by Krishna is Bhagavad Gita and the scripture is spoken about Krishna is Bhagavatam. So when we hear this Krishna Kada, Srinvatam Swakada Krishnaha Punya Sravana Kirtanaha. So by themselves it creates pious. It is pious, very pious by hearing Punya. It creates Punya. Punya Sravana Kirtana. By chanting and by hearing this Krishna Kada and chanting the holy name of Krishna, it creates that Punya. And what happens immediately? Hrudayantastohi Abhadrani. Abhadrani means, Bhadra means good things. So we have a saying in Sanskrit, Bhadram Pasyanti. See always good in others. See always good in the whole world. Bhadram Pasyanti. And also in some of the languages in India they say, oh, okay, Bhadram my son. So when they are going outside, means good, be let everything be good to you. Bhadram. So Abhadrani means dirty things, which is not good. So Hrudayantastohi Abhadrani. So when we start hearing the Krishna Kada, this when we start chanting the holy name of Krishna, these unwanted dirty things in our heart, they start get eliminated. This Hrudayantastohi Avadrani Vidunoti Suhurut Satam. Vidunoti means cleanses. So Vidunoti means Krishna cleanses. Krishna is very anxious. Krishna is very anxious to take us back home, back to Godhead. So when Krishna sees that if we are putting a sincere effort, he will start cleansing our heart. Vidunoti Suhrut Satam. Suhrut Satam means, Srila Prabhupada translates it as Suhrut means benefactor, Satam of the truthful devotee. For a truthful devotee, if we are sincere in our heart, Krishna will cleanse our heart. These unwanted things, these unwanted dirty things, Krishna will cleanse in our heart. This abhadrani means actually this is the disease that we have in our heart. That is disease for sense enjoyment. This is going on since time immemorial. This disease for sense enjoyment. So all the living entities in this material world, they have this disease. This is for sense enjoyment. There are different varieties of enjoyment. Everyone wants to enjoy. So that's why there are different varieties of bodies exist in the world, material world. So in order to get rid of this heart disease for the sense enjoyment, we have to start chanting the Krishna's holy names, and we have to start hearing the Krishna Katha. So that is the process. Actually, Srila Prabhupada says for this verse, there are other processes. Other processes is Shamena, Dhamena, Brahmacharyena, Thyagena. So there are other processes. Brahmacharyena means doing celibacy and controlling the senses. Shamena, developing the peacefulness, and Thyagena, by giving charities. So we progress. But in Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada says this is a direct method wherein we start worshipping Krishna by hearing Krishna Katha and by chanting his holy name. We directly get connected to Krishna, and our unwanted things in our heart will slowly get eradicated. Hridayantastohi abhadrani vidunoti suhrut sata. And then the next verse, last week's verse was Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. So this nashta, then by regular attendance in classes like this, you are all attending classes regularly, Srimad Bhagavatam. By regular attendances in classes in the Bhagavatam, on the Bhagavatam, and by rendering service to the pure devotee. Here it is mentioned nityam bhagavata sevaya. Nitya means always. Always we have to be in the service of the pure devotee, Bhagavata Sevaya. So when we start attending the classes, when we start doing the Bhagavata Seva, so then Bhagavati Uttam Nashta Prayeshu, these abhadras, all these unwanted things, all these dirty things in our heart, they will get slowly eliminated. Here the important thing is Nashta Prayeshu, almost to nil. Almost to nil means there will be some still dirty things. There will be some unwanted things, Srila Prabhupada says. So because they will not go away easily. There will be, in the beginning, there will be still some flaws. So we will still commit some mistakes, but we have to be fixed up in our devotional service. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu. This prayeshu means almost to nil. This destroyed only to the almost to nil. They will not, all these anarthas, unwanted things, they will not get eradicated. Only thing is what we have to do is we have to fix up in this devotional service. That is hearing the Krishna Katha and chanting the holy name. In Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So then we will be fixed up in Naistiki means Nishta. So we get that Nishta fixed up in the devotional service of the Lord. So in the previous verse, it is Srinvatam Swakada Krishna. By hearing the Krishna Katha, so anartha nivrutti will happen in our devotional stage, and Nashta Prayesh Abhadresh. Here, the next stage of devotional service is we will be fixed up in the devotional service. In this verse, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya is very, very important. Bhagavata Sevaya, even once Mother Parvati asked Lord Shiva, what is the best devotional service? Then Lord Shiva said, Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Paramam. So in all the worships, the Vishnu's worship is the topmost. Not to any other devatas. Only Vishnu or Krishna and Vishnu forms, Vishnu avatars, Krishna avatars. So, and then Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam. So, and better than that is worshipping his devotee. Worshipping his devotee is better than that worship. So, this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya means Krishna. It is not said Bhagavan Sevaya. So we have to first serve the pure devotee. Pure devotee, like we are Srila Prabhupada, and we do the Tulsi Maharani Seva, Tulsi Seva, and all these things to do service to our gurus and all these things. So Nityam, this Bhagavata Sevaya we have to do. We have to, when we do this service, then these abhadras, these unwanted things, they will go away from our heart, and then we are fixed up in this devotional service. And there is a wonderful story in Chaitanya Charitamrita, you all must be knowing. There is a hunter called Mrugari. He was a hunter. His name itself is Mruga Ari. Mruga means animal. Ari means enemy. So he is the enemy of the animals. His job is to kill the animals, but he doesn't kill. He will half kill the animal. He doesn't completely kill the animal. So one day what happened, Narada Muni, he went to Lord Srimad Narayana and he came to this earthly planet, and he was roaming, and he saw first, I think, one bear. It was falling down on the ground, and its legs were broken, but it is twisted in pain. It was going through a lot of pain, that bear. And then he walked forward and he saw the deer. So deer was also, legs were broken, and it was also like kind of shaking on the ground. And then further he walked forward, and then he saw a person there, this hunter called Mrugari. So as soon as he saw the Mrugari, he was about to say something bad to Narada Muni, but by seeing his godly qualities, he said, "Why are you here?" So then Narada Muni asked, "What are you doing?" Then he said, "My name itself is Mrugari, enemy of the animals, and my father told me to kill like this." Then Narada Muni said, why are you killing off? At least you could have killed fully. Then at least that's your duty. At least you will get a little offense than killing off animal, killing off. So then he said, "No, I'll get lot of pleasure in that." So then Narada Muni said, he started telling, "No, you should not do like this. So if you start killing animals half, then it is more offensive than killing fully." Then he said that you will gain more sinful activity by doing this. Then he said that Narada Muni, so he got convinced, Mrugari. Then Narada Muni said that so first what you do is, to get rid of this sinful activity, first go to home and give up all your belongings to some brahmanas, and just keep one cloth with you and your son and your wife, and then go to some place, some secluded place, or at least outside your village, and start worshipping Tulasi Maharani. So plant the Tulasi, sow the Tulasi plant and start worshipping the Tulasi plant, and chant the Hare Krishna mantra. That's what he told to Mrugari. And then Mrugari got convinced by the godly qualities, because Narada Muni was kind of a Sektavasya avatar. So then he got convinced, and then Mrugari went, he gave up all, whatever he has, he gave up to Brahmanas. Then, and before doing that, Mrugari also asked, "So if I do like that, where would I get food for my family?" Then Narada Muni said that, "I would arrange the food, don't worry." Then he went and he started, he sowed the Tulasi plant. His whole family started worshipping, and he started chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He started circumambulating Tulasi Maharani. Like that, slowly, people came to know from the village that, okay, this Mrugari, this hunter, has become Vaishnava, and they started bringing the food items to him, food and grains. Like that, so he became a very good devotee, and one day he came back, Narada Muni came back along with, I think, Parvata Muni. He is the friend of Narada Muni, and they both came, and they came to see this Mrugari. He became a very nice devotee, and Parvata Muni, Narada Muni explained about this Mrugari, and Parvata Muni got surprised, and he also wanted to see. And they both came, and Mrugari, they saw, as soon as Mrugari saw Narada Muni, he came to him, and surprisingly, he was a killer of the animals, and he was, before offering Dandavat Pranam, obeisances to Narada Muni, what he did was, he took one cloth and he removed ants on the grass. He didn't want to harm the even ant. So, and he removed the ants and he bowed down in front of Narada Muni. So that is the effect of this devotional service. That is the effect of this Bhagavata. So if we come in touch with this Bhagavata, Mahabhagavata, our all these. So this is the live example. So all the anarthas from that Mrugari, they all got eliminated, and he became a pure Vaishnava. So that is why we have to take this Bhagavata Sevaya. We have to help the Vaishnavas. We have to be in the service of Vaishnavas. By this, we'll get this our dirty things in our heart will get eliminated slowly, and then this is a gradual process. Nothing will happen in a day. This is a Srila Prabhupada says this is a gradual process. So these things will get eliminated, and our nishtha in our bhakti will fixed up. We will be fixed up in our devotional service. This is Nashta Prayeshu verse. And now today's verse. Tada rajastamo bhavaha kamalobhadayaschaye chetayete rana viddam stitam satve prasidati. So as soon as this we are fixed up in this devotional service, as soon as irrevocable loving service established in the heart, the effects of nature's mode of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire and hankering, disappear from the heart. So tada rajas tamo bhavaha kamalobhadayaschaye chetayete rana viddam stitam sattve prasidati. So this mode of ignorance and mode of passion, we'll get deep into it little bit. We'll get into details. So this whole world is, we know, conducted by three modes: sattva, rajas, tamo. So mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So Krishna says about these modes in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So this mode of passion, right? Anyone wants to add what are the symptoms of mode of passion in this material world?
Working very hard
Okay.
for getting money, for the little amount of money, working very hard is one of the examples of
Yeah.
Being very greedy.
Yes. Yes.
Or-
Yeah. Yes. This Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi Trishna Sangha Samudbhavam. So this is this mode of passion is born of lust, this kama, and desires and hankering and greedy. So this is these are the symptoms of mode of passion. This binds the living entity by karma sangena dehina. So this binds the living entity by the fruitive activity. So if you do something, you'll get something like that. It binds the living entity, this rajoguna, this mode of passion. So here, kama lobhadayasya, tada rajastamo bhavaha kama lobhadayasya. When we are fixed up in this devotional service, so these lobha and kama, especially kama is lust and lobha is greediness. So the effects of them, they will be slowly reduced. So Srila Prabhupada says lust means kama. Kama means, what is kama? Lust is, so I don't have something but I want it. Because today I don't have it but I want it. That is lust. And greedy means, so I get it, I want more. I am not satisfied. Today I am getting some salary, and after some time I want more salary, like that. Greedy. So this kama is, and this lust, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, these are the, okay, before that, this kama and this lust, there are the sitting places. They have some sitting places, because if there is something exists, there has to be some chair to sit also. So this kama and krodha, they sit somewhere. So Krishna explains about this in 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Anyone wants to add? Where do they sit?
intelligence. On intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence. Yes. Indriyani manobuddhir. Asya Adhishtanam. So this Kama and Lobha, they sit in our mind, our intelligence and our senses. These are the sitting places of this Kama and this Lobha. So, and this lust, what happens? This lust covers our real knowledge. So our real knowledge of living entity, that we are the servants of Krishna and Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This lust covers the real knowledge of the living entity. So, and this is about mode of passion. And then we have Tada Rajas Tamo Bhava, mode of ignorance. So what are the symptoms of mode of ignorance? We discussed about mode of passion. Anyone wants to add?
Laziness.
Yes.
Laziness. Procrastinate.
Yes. Yeah. Pramada, Nidra, Alasya Nidra. Pramada is madness, and Nidra, is laziness, Alasya, procrastination, sleep, and inactivity actually. Inactivity.
Addiction also.
Yeah.
Addiction also is more of
Yeah. So this the mode of ignorance, it binds Agnanajam to Vidhi. So this is born from this Agnana. This is born from Agnana, and how this is like binding the people here. Mohinam Sarvadehinam. So it is illusion. Through illusion, it is binding all the people in this material world. Actually, this Rajas and Tamas, they are the ones, they are binding us here. So that is why Krishna also says, Prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasaha ahankara vimudatma kattaham iti manyate. So this Prakriti, these three gunas, these three gunas are actually doing everything. Everything is carried out with these three gunas. If I am angry, because if I am in mode of passion, so if someone shouts at me, I would also shout at them. But it is on material platform. So we act because we have that thing in our heart. So this Prakrute Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Sarvasya. Everything is actually carried out by this Prakriti, these modes. But Ahankara Vimudatma, one who is in false ego thinks that okay, I am the doer. Because I am thinking I am the doer, that is why I am entangled in this material world. Because whatever I do, I am thinking I am the doer. Actually, we are not the doer. But Prakriti is doing, these three modes are doing. But since I am thinking I am the doer, then we are entangled in this material world. So these mode of passion and ignorance, they are entangling us here. So that is what mentioned in this verse. Tada rajas tamo bhava kamalobhadayascha. This rajaha and tamo gunam, these bhavas, they are entangling with kama and lobha. Kama, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, all arishat vargas. Shat vargas means 6 enemies we have. Ari means enemies. Shat vargas means 6 enemies we have. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. So because of these arishat vargas, we are entangled. We are rooted. We are deeply rooted here in this material world. Actually, this karma, it's a perfected reflection of love. So in spiritual world, it is a love. When we come in contact with matter in this material world, it is perfectly reflected as karma. So the same love is reflected as karma here. So actually, the living entities, we have the dormant love for Krishna, but now I am covered with that dirty things, avadhrani. I am covered with all those dirty things. So because of that, it is perfectly reflecting that like a lust. So this lust. So this lust is the thing Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. This lust and karma, they are the driving forces for this world. They are the dangerous enemies of this world. This lust and anger. These are the dangerous enemies of this world. And here it is mentioned, then cheta eter anaviddam stitam sattve prasidati. So when we, as per previous verse, if you are doing the devotional service, if you are fixed up in the devotional service, Srunvatam Svakada Krishna, if you are hearing the Krishna Kada, and Punya Sravana Kirtana, we are chanting the Krishna's holy name, and then once we are fixed up in the devotional service, this Rajas Tamo Bhava Kamalobhadaya Chetayete Anaviddham. Viddham means piercing. This Raja and Tamo Gunas, they are piercing our heart day by day. They are creating all these anarthas. So Anaviddham. So that piercing will disappear from the heart when we start doing the devotional service to the Lord. And Sthitam Sattve Prasidati. We come to the mode of goodness, platform, mode of goodness. So when we come to the mode of goodness, that will give happiness to us. So then there are symptoms of mode of goodness. Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 14th chapter. Anyone wants to add? What are those symptoms of mode of goodness?
Charity.
Yeah.
Being kind.
Mm.
Always remains faith.
Yeah. Some again divine qualities, demonic qualities. Yes. In 14th chapter, Krishna says, Nirmalatvat Prakasakam Anamayam. This mode of goodness, when we come to the mode of goodness platform, we will be always peaceful. So we will not be hankering like this. When we are in passion, we will be hankering for something. We have this lust and karma and all these things. When we come to the mode of goodness by doing this devotional service, we will attain that, we will come to that Nirmalatvat, peaceful platform. Prakasakam Anamayam. This is very illuminating. This mode of goodness will give the knowledge. And Anamayam. So you will start stopping the sinful activities, especially when you are in mode of goodness. The people who are born in mode of goodness, they don't want to harm the others. So by default, because of their satkarma in the previous lives, they never want to harm the others. That is a mode of goodness. That is a symptom of mode of goodness. They don't want to hurt the others. So this mode of goodness is very conducive for the devotional service. But still this mode of goodness is not good. Still it is not good. Because what happens? This will bind the living entity with Sukha Sangnena Badnati or Gnana Sangnena Cha Sukha Sangnena. So by knowledge, okay, when I am in mode of goodness, when I am learning something, I feel like I got so much knowledge, okay. Then I feel very proud. And then when I am in mode of goodness, I will be very peaceful, and I will be having happiness. Then I think, okay, I am having happiness. Like that, it is also binding. Because these modes are created, right? These are material modes. These are not spiritual. Even mode of goodness will also entangle us in this material world. So we have to go to the next stage. So we'll discuss that. Then Sthitam Sattve Prasidati. Then at least when we come to mode of goodness, this Sattva Guna, then we develop this peacefulness, and at least we come and sit here to hear the Krishna Katha. At least we come here and we start chanting holy name, and at least we start like experiencing some good things in our life when we are in mode of goodness. But now we discussed about all these things, Kama, Lobha. So at least yes, we understand when we engage in devotional service, we can get rid of these things. But there is a nice example in Bhagavatam. Ambarish Maharaj, how he overcome these Tamo and Rajoguna and even Sattva Guna, how he engaged his senses, we all know. So he engaged all of his senses in the service of the Supreme Lord. He engaged all of his senses. We read one by one. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindaya. Thank you, Mataji. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindaya. First, he fixed his mind on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord of Krishna. That is the first thing. If we engage our mind on the lotus feet of Krishna, whenever, this is my personal experience, maybe I'm not that realized, but whenever there is some difficulty in the life, if you think about like lotus feet of Krishna, immediately you'll get relieved. Immediately. So that is why Bhagavatam always says, think about lotus feet of Krishna, think about lotus feet of Krishna, take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. When you go to the temple, please first see the lotus feet of Krishna. From there, you have to see the other parts of the body of the Lord. So when we start meditating on this lotus feet of Krishna, that will slowly we will start controlling our mind. So this is very, very important in devotional service. So always thinking about whenever there is a difficulty, and even while chanting or whatever we are doing, if you can think about lotus feet of Krishna, that will take away. Actually, in Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami says, why lotus feet of Krishna means Padadvandvo Nirdvandvo. So if you think about Padadvandva, lotus feet of Krishna, 2 feet of Krishna, and dualities in this world, they will get eliminated. So we have dualities, Ichcha, Desha, Swamuddena. So we have all this Kama, Krodha, duality, Ichcha, Desha, all these desires and enviousness. So when we start thinking about lotus feet of Krishna, they will get eradicated. That is why Bhagavatam always says, in many slokas, Bhagavatam says, think about lotus feet of Krishna and take the, be in the service of pure devotees. Like that, Savai Mana Krishna Padaravindayo, that is the first thing he did. He engaged Ambarish Maharaj on the lotus feet of Krishna, and then Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanu Varnane. Vachamsi means speaking. Whenever he spoke, he was always speaking about Krishna. In outside world, we see that in spiritual life means maunam. Maunam means, I should not speak anything. So Bhagavatam doesn't say that. Bhagavatam, if you speak about Krishna, but we don't speak nonsense. At least we start doing that. Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanu Varnane. Then Karor Harer Mandira Marjanadeshi. Everyone can do this, all these things actually. Karor Harer Mandira Marjanadeshi. He was using his hands to clean the temple of the Lord. Karor Harer Mandira Marjanadishu. Chakaram Achyuta Satkadodaya. Chakaram, using his ears to hear about the Krishna Kada. He was always engaging his ears to hear about the Krishna Kada. And then what he is doing with his eyes? Mukunda Lingalaya Darsane Drisau. He was going to the temple and seeing the beautiful form of the Krishna. He was enjoying the beautiful form of the Krishna. Mukunda Lingalaya Darsane Drisau. Tatbrucha Gatra Sparsanga Sangamam. He was using his touch to embrace the devotees. He was using his touch sensation to embrace the devotees. Tatbrucha Gatra Sparsanga Sangamam. Srimad Tulasya Rasanam Tadarpite. Granancha Tatpada Saroja Saurabe. Granam. He was using grana, smelling. Tatpada Saroja Saurabe. The flowers offered to the Supreme Lord. He was using his grana, the smelling power to smell the flowers offered to the Lord. And then Srimad Tulasya Rasanam Tadarpite. So he was and also he was using his grana to smell the tulasi which is offered to the Lord. And Srimad Tulasya Rasanam Tadarpite. He is using his tongue to offer the things which the things which are offered to the Lord. He was using his tongue to taste the things which are offered to the Lord. Srimad Tulasya Rasanam Tadarpite. Harikshetra Padanusarpane. He was using his legs to go to Harikshetra, to go to the temple of the Lord. He was always using his legs to go to the temple of the Lord. And Rishikesa Padanusarpane. He was using his head to bow down in front of the Lord. And finally, Kamantu Dasya Natu Kama Kamya. How he is overcoming the Kama? Kama he is overcoming because by engaging in he was not fulfilling his desires. He was fulfilling the desires of the Lord. Kamantu Dasya Natu Kama Kamya. So he doesn't have any other desire except to satisfy the Lord. So that is how he was engaging all his senses in the service of the Lord. This Ambarish Maharaj, he was a great example. So he has showed a very exalted qualities, Ambarish Maharaj. When Durvasa Muni, he came and Actually, Ambarish Maharaj was fasting and he, on Ekadasi and Dwadasi was about to break that Ekadasi fasting, and Durvasa Muni came and he knew that Durvasa Muni come for, Durvasa Muni always he goes to create some disturbance. Anyway, he went there and he saw Durvasa Muni. There something happened, and then Durvasa Muni got angry. He actually drank some water because before serving the Durvasa Muni, he drank some water, and Durvasa Muni got angry, and then what happened? He was about to curse the Ambarish Maharaj. Then what happened? The Sudarsana Chakra came. Lord has sent the Sudarsana Chakra, and it came and it was about to chop the head of the Durvasa Muni, and he started running. He started running here and there for 1 year. And finally he went to Vaikuntha, and then Vishnu said, no, aham bhakta paradinaha. I am not, because I cannot control. I am controlled by my pure devotee. So you go and take the blessings from, you go and ask the forgiveness from Ambarish Maharaj. Then he came. And what happened? When Durvasa Muni came back, what Ambarish Maharaj did was, he was very compassionate. He said to Durvasa Muni, I am waiting for you. He did not get angry, Durvasa Muni, because he is a pure Vaishnava. He did not get angry. Like Mrugari, we were discussing, he was, before offering obeisances, he was removing the ants. Like that, this Ambarish Maharaj, he did not get angry. He was asking, oh, where did you go for this much time? And I am still waiting for you. Let's come and have the prasadam. He did not get angry on Durvasa Muni. He was about to curse him. So that is the quality of a pure Vaishnava. That is how this Ambarish Maharaj, he engaged all his senses in the service of the Lord. And we'll quickly conclude with the purport. So Srila Prabhupada says in the first paragraph, the inactive fool is in the state of foolish ignorance, whereas the self-satisfied Atmanandi is transcendental to the material state of existence. This stage of perfection is attained as soon as one is fixed in irrevocable devotional service. Devotional service is not inactivity but the unalloyed activity of the soul. So devotional service is never a inactivity. It's never a inactivity. So even Mayavadi philosophers, they say, they say, oh no, you have to sit somewhere and don't do anything. So devotional service is never an inactivity. But that activity is not in the mode of passion. Again, at the same time, that activity is not in the mode of passion. Activity in the mode of passion, we discussed, it is more lust and greediness. It is not activity in the mode of rajas. So devotional service is unalloyed activity of the soul. So we always engage in the service of the Lord. Then the soul's activity becomes adulterated in contact with matter, and as such, the diseased activities are expressed in the form of lust, desire, hankering, inactivity, foolishness, and sleep. We just discussed. And the effect of devotional service becomes manifest by complete elimination of these effects of passion and ignorance. The devotee is fixed at once in the mode of goodness, and he makes further progress to rise to the position of Vasudeva, or the state of unmixed sattva or Suddha sattva. Only in the Suddha sattva state one can always see Krishna eye to eye by dint of pure affection of the Lord. So as we were discussing, mode of goodness, sattva is not enough. So we have to go to the next level. So when we, this is a gradual process. So when we come to mode of goodness, we still do this devotional service. We never stop. This is an activity which keeps on going. So it will never stop this. And then we come to the Suddha Sattva state, that is Vasudeva. Sattvam Visuddham Vasudeva Siddhitam. So this Suddha Sattva means no material contamination. It is completely pure, this Suddha Sattva. In that Suddha Sattva state, one can see the Krishna eye to eye. Eye to eye. This is the because of his pure affection for the Lord, his love will develop for the Krishna. In this Suddha Sattva state, he would see Krishna everywhere. And a devotee is always in the mode of unalloyed goodness. Therefore, he harms no one, but the non-devotee, however educated he may be, is always harmful. We just saw. So a devotee doesn't want to harm anyone. So if one becomes a Vaishnava, he doesn't want to harm anyone, because that's what we just discussed. Mrugari, he doesn't want to harm anything. And Ambarish Maharaj, he did not get angry on Durvasa Muni. So these are the symptoms of the devotee, pure devotee. They don't want to harm, but whereas a non-devotee is very harmful. Srila Prabhupada says, the harmful, foolish and passionate cannot be devotees of the Lord. However, they may advertise themselves as devotees by outward dress. They might be advertising, but they are not the pure devotees of the Lord. And Srila Prabhupada says, what is the use of snake having the diamond on the hood? And as soon as we see the snake, whether it is having a diamond or whether it is not having diamond, we run away. It is very dangerous, right? So, like that, these people who are in this material world, they may advertise themselves as very nice, and like that they are very polished and they wear suit and all those things, but they do all dirty things. They break all these 4 regulative principles. So they are very harmful to the society. A devotee is always qualified with all good qualities of God. Quantitatively, such qualifications may be different, but qualitatively, both the Lord and His devotees are one and the same. So when one comes to this Suddha Sattva state, so a devotee will develop all those godly qualities, and qualitatively becomes one with the Lord, but not quantitatively. So to come to this Suddha Sattva state, what we have to do is we have to understand 2 things for definitely. One is, I'll conclude with this. One is, we have to worship always Krishna or Vishnu. So that is the main goal. So Krishna or Vishnu only can bestow this pure devotion to the living entity, not any other devatas. Only Krishna or Vishnu. That is first thing. And second thing is, so we should understand we are the minute souls. We are never equal to Krishna. So Mayavadi philosophies, they say that everyone is equal to God. We are never equal to God. If we are equal to God, we don't get entangled in this material world. If I am God, how would I get entangled into this material nature? Because I can control the material. God can control the material nature. So that's not the case. So we are the minute souls, and if we fix Tasmad Ekena Manasa Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi. So if we fix our mind only on the Krishna or Vishnu, so we definitely one day everyone will come to that level of Suddha Sattva and finally go back to home, back to Godhead. And this process, this Krishna consciousness process given by Srila Prabhupada, it is very authenticate. It is based on scriptures. Only this is the movement which can save us from this material pangs of this material world, and always stay with this Krishna consciousness movement, even though here and there are differences, but we are on boat, and this boat will take to other side of the world, to the material, to the spiritual world. Maybe this boat may be having sometimes holes and sometimes there is some water, but never ever leave this movement and never ever leave this Srila Prabhupada, and be happy, chant and be happy, and finally go back to home, back to Godhead. Thank you, and sorry if I spoke anything wrong. Please forgive my ignorance. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Sesapati Prabhu. So now it's time for questions. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, questions or reflections? Anyone?
You talked about my real life. You shared my real life.
Yeah, we can share.
Wonderful class, Prabhu. Thank you so much. But actually, you talked about my real life, what my ego and all those things you shared today. Thank you so much. But today, things which I really liked it, you clearly explained about what we should not do. Especially this verse is clearly saying that even though a person is goodness is not good, but there is a task above goodness. That's what even Prabhupada many times they mentioned that everyone should be at least in the mode of goodness. So we never ever get a taste of stay in passion or ignorance. So that's what you gave a lot of examples about why we should not in the mode of ignorance or passion. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Good one. Thank you.
Thank you. All yours to say the Prabhupada.
Here.
Hare Krishna.
Even though we know three modes of material nature, we cannot get away from it. We try to, but every day we are jumping back and forth, because some activities need your passion. Without passion, we cannot even get energy to do what we are supposed to do. Because I love gardening without being passionate about something, gardening work, I cannot get into the activity, even though I may have pains and a little discomfort when you work outside. So, and then laziness, after we do all the work, and then we do get lazy or, due to our old age or whatever it is, we are just going to suffer from all that. So, I think it is going to be very difficult for us to get into the Suddha Sattva state. We cannot be pure. Even though we may be trying every day, we are always going back and forth in our, just like in chanting, one day everything is so beautifully going, everything is perfect. And then when we are thinking, Krishna was really merciful to me, everything is going well, next day, and something happens to you with your health or something, and we cannot do that more than 16 rounds, 20 rounds, or whatever we want to do. Sometimes we cannot accomplish that. So, how are we going to get into the state of Suddha Sattva? In my state, I think every day it's lucky I am alive today, but Suddha Sattva state, I may never get it. Even though it may be, but in our ordinary day-to-day life, looking at our situation, it's very difficult for us to get into that kind of state. And am I going to see Krishna face to face someday? That is also very difficult. So.
Sure, I'll add Prabhuji also to add. Prabhu. So Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Mamche avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate, sagunan samatityan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So if we are engaged in unalloyed devotional service of the Lord, then we can overcome these modes. Yes, one thing is we have to have that firm faith, and also we have to accept the spiritual master. So spiritual master would take us close to Krishna. So, and we cannot directly approach Krishna, only through spiritual master. We have to accept one living spiritual master, at least to take their shelter and be fixed up in this devotional service. And another thing is, whatever you are saying, gardening you are doing, so we need passion definitely. Even to work we need passion. What we do is we use it in the service of Krishna. You do gardening to grow the flowers and offer to Krishna. That way it is spiritualized. So we try to do, at least wherever we can, we try to spiritualize the activity by linking it with Krishna. Even if I am working, so I earn some money and I use it in the service of Krishna. I buy some vegetables, I buy something, and I buy car to go to temple, I buy vegetables and offer it to the Lord and eat it. So like that, we try to spiritualize the things as much as we can, and rest leave it to Krishna. And we chant 16 rounds and we follow 4 regulative principles: no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling. No illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, no meat eating. So these 4 things we give up, and if we are fixed up in chant 16 rounds every day, and accept the spiritual Ado Guru Padashraya. First we have to accept the spiritual master and take the shelter of him, and definitely we can come to that stage. That is what Bhagavatam says. These are the verses speaking about that. So in the next verse it says about that Suddha Sattva state. So definitely if it is not possible, definitely Bhagavatam would not have spoken. Definitely it is definitely possible. So it happened in many lives of the devotees. So one day it will happen, but only have the firm faith on the Guru and Krishna, and also we have to do pray for that. We have that. If we are sincere, definitely Krishna will. If we are sincere, Krishna definitely show some way. Definitely one day, definitely one way, Mata. That's what. So, would you want to add anything?
Yeah, Prabhu, you spoke very nicely, and of course, it's very hard to go to Shuddha Sattva, but it is definitely possible. We have to have firm faith, and we cannot do ourselves actually. We have to have Guru's blessings for that. Otherwise, nobody can really reach even in the Sattva Guna actually. Staying at Sattva Guna is very hard because you have to be really pure, not doing any passion or ignorance in those activities. So if we continue living in the Sattva Guna, then slowly and getting the blessings of Guru and all the Vaishnavas, not offending, chant seriously, definitely it's possible to be in the Shuddha Sattva. From the Shuddha Sattva stage, where we can, it's like jump,
Yeah,
to the spiritual life, otherwise, so that is just faith,
That's very good point, Prabhu. Not offending Vaishnavas. Vaishnava offense is very, very dangerous. Vaishnava means, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, whoever says one time Govinda, he is a Vaishnava in Chaitanya Charitamrita. We have to be very careful, not committing Vaishnava's offense, not blaspheming the Vaishnavas if they are committed to the service of the Lord. Even not a Vaishnava, even to any non-devotee also we are very compassionate. So if we can maintain those, definitely one day one can go to that state. Thank you.
Anyone else? Share your reflections, questions?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for the nice class and for explaining the modes very nicely. So, in addition to the question which Mataji asked, so when a living entity comes in this material world, the living entity gets entangled with the modes of material nature. Two things, guna and karma. The rope, three modes, and karma. So when we are in this material world, we are always entangled with the mixture of these three gunas. Like Mataji said that sometimes we feel we are in goodness, and then in passion, and then in ignorance. So in every human being, in living entity I should say, a Jivatma, these three modes are present in mixture. Someone has maybe 60% of Sattva Guna, and someone has 10% of ignorance, Tamoguna, and someone has 30% of Rajoguna. And all the living entities are like that, mixture of all those gunas. So nobody can be in complete passion, or nobody can be in complete ignorance, and nobody can be in complete goodness. That state, Shuddha Sattva, is complete goodness, which is above this material modes of material nature. So whenever we are in only goodness, then also passion and ignorance is present, although in little things. Like Mataji said, we chant, but still we feel lazy on Saturdays and Sundays maybe. And we have ambition, passion. So we have like 70%, not me, I'm just talking in general, 70% of goodness and 20-10, maybe this might be the ratio. So it is going to be present. Unless we come to the stage of that you mentioned, bhava and prema. So when we go to that stage of bhava and prema, and at that time, Krishna, even in this gross material body, we become transcendental. That's what Prabhupada mentioned in so many of his purports. We become transcendental and then we cross that mixture stage and we reach on that Shuddha Sattva stage. Lord Shiva is on Shuddha Sattva stage in Canto 4. This has come that Lord Shiva, when Daksha came in the assembly, he was fixed up in the Vasudeva state or Shuddha Sattva state. So that state is very difficult to attain because of the fact that that will be attained by the pure devotee of the Lord, like Shiva, Lord Shiva, who is in between of Jiva and Lord. So my point in addition to the answer which you and Papa gave is that unless we reach up to that stage of bhava and prema, we are always in the mixture of these material modes and also reactions of our karmas which are binding us. Just wanted to add to this. Hare Krishna.
One more thing. Okay, what if I leave my body? I had the same experience when I went to Puri, Jagannath Puri. I thought I was going to die there. Okay, I said I visited the temple with the panda, everything, got the prasada mandal, and then I was dehydrated. There was no doctor at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and they all spoke Odisha. I don't speak Odisha, maybe a little bit of Hindi, little bit, that's it. Nobody really spoke English. And pharmacist usually gives the medication and all. That time I realized I was going to leave. I was going to be there. At that time, I don't have the association of my guru, At that time, what do you do? So in that state, I cannot go to Vasudeva state, or I cannot go to Shuddha Sattva, and I am in the limbo, middle of that. So it's very difficult till you think you are going to meet your guru, and the guru is there, and we can only, for me, Srila Prabhupada is my guru. From the beginning, I thought about him. That's it. According to my father, you have to get a guru. If you want to advance in your spiritual life, read Bhagavad Gita and get a guru. So I follow that. But still, you don't know when that guru is going to bless you or whatever it is. We are hoping it will happen before I die. So, even though I had a death-like experience in Jagannath Puri, even though I wanted to visit Bhubaneswar and all the Kashi, other visits and all, that time I realized that I may leave any time. There is nobody there in Odisha. So, what do you do at that time? There is nothing. Only, I think Lord is giving me some kind of difficult time at that time. So
this is our Abhyasa Yoga. This is our practice method. This is our devotional service, Bhakti Yoga. Is a practice. That's why we are doing daily. So when at the time of leaving this body, definitely when we start having that faith and Guru, if we can remember Guru's lotus feet. We can try to at least even remembering Krishna at the time of death is not in our hands. It is again Krishna's mercy, Guru's mercy. We can't remember the Krishna. It is like I think 10,000 scorpions is biting you. That much pain you feel. We cannot live. We cannot think about Krishna. But by looking at our service, Krishna will make that happen. That's why Abhyasa Yoga. That is why Kaumaram Acharya Prajna. So start from childhood itself, so that we get. But it doesn't mean that if you are starting now, it doesn't mean that it's not going to help, definitely. But the only thing, fixed up in that service, and definitely Krishna would help, and he would make things happen nicely, Mataji. Definitely, that's good. Yeah.
I'm here alive.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yes. Now you are here and hearing.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you very much, Prabhu, for a wonderful session. So, Vatsala Mataji, don't worry.
You are
here with us.
We are all going to come there.
Mataji, you said sleeping. Sleeping is also needed. We need to take care of our body. Our body needs some rest to do devotional service. So, yeah, we have to maintain our body.
Actually, Krishna, Vatsala Mataji, Krishna gives you bonus. You know what he says? That if somebody cannot remember, because death is very, very painful, right? As he says, thousands of scorpions biting at death, right? So you can't remember. So there is wonderful verse in scripture. He says, Yadi vatadi doshena. That means because of so many doshas, you can't remember at the time of death. Madbhakta mam nachasmaret. Madbhakta, if my devotee is nachasmaret, smaret is remembering. If he cannot remember, right? Aham smarami madbhakta. I will remember the devotee. See? Not only remembering. Nayami paramagati. I'll give paramagati for him. So you don't have to remember the time of death. Actually, you have to remember, try to remember. But in case, because of the painful situation, you can't remember, he says, Yadi vatari doshena madbhakta mam nachasmaret aham smarami madbhakta nayami paramagati. He'll give paramagati also. So don't worry, he'll be there. Thank you. Yeah.
I wanted to share something.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, devotees. This is just an experience, recent experience that I wanted to share with everyone just because this topic has been brought up by Bensalem Mataji. This happened in my husband's side of the family right now in the end of March. His aunt, his mommy, she left her body. They are all initiated, as we are Gujaratis, we are all initiated in the Vallabh Sampradaya. So she was doing deity worship since more than 40 years now, Laddu Gopal worship. So then her end came near. She didn't have much problems, but her end was near. And fortunately, her daughter-in-law also is a Vaishnavi. She has carried forward the worship. So in her last days, my Bhabi, she shared it with me, that she was my mother-in-law. She would say that, I want to hear the Bhagavatam. Every day she would take darshan of the deities because she was not able to do the deity worship herself. Every day she'll go, she'll just see the deities and sit there. Then she will tell the daughter-in-law, don't make me hear the recording, you read out the Bhagavatam to me. So every day my Bhabi would read out the Bhagavatam to her. And when her blood pressure started going down, so my Bhabi came to know that now she will leave her body anytime. So immediately she started the Maha Mantra, the Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. And then she felt that her eyes are closing, and immediately Bhabi came and said, okay, chant Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, but that was also too long for her because she was leaving the body. I'm just sharing this experience. Even Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama was also too long. So then my Bhabi thought immediately, okay, chant Shri Vallabh, Shri Vallabh, Shri Vallabh, but she could not say Shri. Said, okay, then chant just Vallabh, 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 and then she left her body. She had the good fortune of having a Vaishnavi daughter-in-law. She had more than 40 years of seva, Pushti Margi seva. It's very elaborate. I've seen it myself. I've seen it as a child also. You cannot even do 1/100th of what they do. They have rooms filled with Thakurji's clothes, real jerry clothes, real jewelry, real diamond and gold jewelry. If they make for themselves, they make for Thakurji. If they buy a car, they have a silver car for Thakurji that they offer. And the offering is so elaborate. The Bal Gopal worship is extraordinary in her house. I've seen that. So I wanted to share this experience that, Krishna takes care. So you should not be living in that anxiety that, oh, what will happen? I understand, even I have that anxiety. Oh, Krishna, don't give me dementia, okay? Because what if I forget Hare Krishna mantra? So please, that's the one thing I'm scared of. Don't give me dementia. What if I forget the mantra? That I will be doomed. So yeah, this is the thing I wanted to share. This is personal experience. So this is I want. So, Mataji.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Hare Krishna.
One more thing, Mataji. Isavasi Upanishad also there is a final mantra. It says, Krishna, please remember my service, my service. That's all. That's what we can do. We can only Krishna can make us to remember. So only we can do our devotional service, this bhakti, and then leave it to Krishna.
We can forget our name, but as long as we remember Krishna and Srila Prabhupada, that's it.
That's it.
We can remember.
That's the success.
That's why whenever we get chance, we have to. Actually, it is said that in one of the lectures I heard that we have to think that this moment is our last moment.
Yes.
If you think this moment is our last moment, because heart can anytime stop, right? We can die anytime. You never know. So if you are watching and we suddenly die, next life will become TV. Because Krishna guarantees, right? Krishna's philosophy in Bhagavad Gita, what is that? Yam vapis paran bhavam tejati ante kalevaram. So whatever you think at the time of death, that you are watching cricket, you will be a cricketer. So, okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Prabhu. So, before Mata, you want to share something?
Yes. Hi, Krishna Prabhuji. It's very recent, like Arundhati Mataji's mother-in-law, when she was in the last stage, and it was such a divine thing. We were all in the Bhagavatam class, and then Arundhati Mataji was chanting, and then, but she was in a little bit unconscious state. She couldn't say anything or anything. But see how Krishna arranged, that's like a very recent. And so Bhagavatam class was going on, and then Mataji was chanting, and then in that right moment, she left her. So I just remembered, so she also reminded me wanted to. So Krishna takes care as long as. So I just wanted to share it. Thank you.
Haribol. Thank you very much. So before we start our kids sloka recitation, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all those devotees who have come here, and many devotees have come from far, like Nikhil Prabhu, Madhura Mataji, they are from New Jersey, just to participate in this special event, and yeah, he is also from New Jersey. And as Prabhuji gave many examples from the scriptures, there are live examples also. We can't think that how is it possible, like Ambrish Maharaj, can we be like that? Yes, we can be. There are very, very practical examples. In fact, the examples are right here, like you all. And one of the senior most disciple of this Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he has set a very good example for past more than 5 decades. Can you imagine? He has been practicing Krishna consciousness and setting a practical example, even though his profession is a medical director. In spite of his very tight schedule, still have been practicing Krishna consciousness, dedicating all his health, wealth, time, everything to Krishna. So the practical example, so we can just follow him. His Grace Kaivalya Prabhu. Big Haribol to him. Haribol. Thank you. Haribol. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for coming and gracing this occasion, special occasion. So now, quick announcement that next Tuesday, coming Tuesday actually, you all know Gauranga Prabhu, right? Yes. Know Gauranga Prabhu? Who doesn't know?
Oh, I know.
He's very, very eloquent speaker of the Vedic wisdom and very famous. He's a big person in our ISKCON movement. He's Eco Village, yes. He's a director of Eco Village. There is a village in India. It's near Vrindavan, right? Mumbai. Pune. Okay. It's a beautiful Eco Village. That's what I heard, haven't seen. So he's a director there. And he has many roles. So he's going to come and give his association coming Tuesday at ISKCON Philadelphia, which is about 35-40 minutes away from here, at 6 p.m. So please assemble there. This is on Tuesday. Mark your calendar. Tuesday. Coming Tuesday.
He's going to be there only on Tuesday, Prabhu?
Yes, only on Tuesday because of his tight schedule. So please don't miss this at 6 p.m. at ISKCON Philadelphia. Okay, and also coming up is New York Rath Yatra. When is that? June 8th, Saturday. Okay, so normally we take a big van, 15-seater van from here, Bensalem, and at least 15 to 30 devotees go all together. This year also, if anybody is interested, based on number of people who are ready to come, then we are trying to book a van. It's very tight to get a rental van during summer time. So we'd like to know upfront. You can contact me if you are interested. Okay. So now we'll June 29, Atlantic City Rath Yatra. So it's the season of Rath Yatras going forward. Okay, right now June. I can't keep room. Atlantic City Rath Yatra, June 29, Saturday. Please mark your calendars. Okay, it's going to be during daytime.
And it's New York Rath Yatra.
New York Rath Yatra is June 8th. Okay, Saturday. So many Rath Yatras, actually Atlantic City, Baltimore, Harrisburg, yes, Gita Nagari, and finally our Rath Yatra, Philadelphia Rath Yatra. This year it's going to happen for sure. Let's pray for that. Okay, so kids, sloka recitation. Hare Krishna. So after this we'll have, you all know, right? We'll have a cake cutting. It's my birthday. Yeah, so we'll, come on, birthday boy.
Bhakti Kriyamanani Kunai Karmani Sarvacha Hankarani Rutnatma Parta Hamitu Mandite. The perverted spirit soul under the influence of the female material nature thinks himself to be a door of activities which are carried out by nature.
Tarun, come here. Loudly.
Gunai karmani sarvasaha ahankaram mudatma kartaham iti manyate. Man, by the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks he is the doer, but it is carried by the three modes of material nature.
Haribo.
Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasaha ahankara bhutatma kartahamiti manyate. The spirit soul is bewildered by the influence of false ego, which makes himself think he is the doer of activities which in actuality is carried out by the three modes of material nature.
Haribo.
Go there.
Uja, come here. Stand here. Okay, speak.
Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Sarvasa Aham Tam Sesapati Ahankara Vimutatma Karham Iti Manyate.
Haribo.
Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Sarvasaha Ahankara Vimutatma Kartaham iti manyate. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities which are carried out by nature.
Ivan? Ikkada.
Sarvada. Is that your sister?
Sarvada. Parityacha. Mamekam. Saranam Vraja. Ahanma.
The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks he is the doer of all things, but actually it's done by nature. प्रकृति क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकाराभिभूतात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते. The spirit soul, bewildered under the influence of the material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of the activities, when in actuality it is carried out by nature.
Haribol!
प्रकृति क्रियमाणानि गुणकर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकाराभिभूतात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते. The spirit soul, divided by the influence of false ego, thinks himself the doer of activities that are actually carried out by the three modes of material nature.
Haribol!
Thank you. Once more, big round of applause to all the kids. And all their mothers actually, they train at home, they come here, they recite. And that is coordinated well by Saturday school teacher, Kirtida. Big Haribol to her. Thank you. So it's time for cake cutting. Where is birthday boy? Oh, sorry, I forgot. Thank you very much. Madhura Mataji, please. So we send Prabhupada's quote every day. So during this session, we read out all the 7 days Prabhupada quote.
Srila Prabhupada quote, 6th May. Every discipline should always remain busy in some work for Krishna. We shall not allow to remain vacant our mind, and if the mind is always filled up with Krishna conscious activities, there is no chance of Maya to sit on the mind and force us to act under her spell. 7th May. Every animal is imperfect, but man-animal can become perfect if he likes. It is very important life. You cannot become as perfect as God, but near about. 8th May. You have to make it public that I am going to have Garbhadhana Samskara. It is not a secret thing, it is a ceremony. And then when she is pregnant, no more sex. No more sex means long as the child is there, 10 months, and unless the child is grown up, at least 6 months, no sex. That means you have sex and then abstain for 16 months. 9 May. If Krishna does not supply you this sunlight, you will die. But he does not charge anything. But because you are a human being, you should try to repay. Oh, Krishna is giving us so much facilities. Let me render some service unto him. This is Krishna consciousness. This is to acknowledge, oh God, you are so kind. You are giving me so many things. So I have collected this fruit. It is your fruit, I know. Still, please accept. 10 May. Krishna's mercy is always there. It is your misuse of free will. You are given the opportunity, that is fortune. But you do not accept the fortune. That is your misfortune. 11 May. Bhagavad Gita says that you can directly migrate to any species of life you like, according to your efforts. Sometimes I travel to America, sometimes to Australia, and sometimes to Africa. These countries already exist. I am simply traveling through them. It is not because I have come to America, I have created or become America. There are many countries I have not seen yet. Does that mean they do not exist? The scientists who support the Darwin are nonsensical. Bhagavad Gita clearly says that all species exist simultaneously, and that you can go to whichever species you like.
So you can even go up to the kingdom of God if you so desire. All this is declared in Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Haribol. Srila Prabhupada ki. Yeah. Okay, so while this is getting set up, I would like to call birthday boy here. Where is he? Tarun Krishna Ragam. So I would like to hear from him to take a resolution on this day and follow. Because I'm putting him on the spot, so he has to take a resolution and follow that. And you are the witness.
I will eat cake every day on my birthday.
Every day on your birthday, that means every day is your birthday? Let's take the spiritual resolution.
Chant 16 rounds daily.
16 rounds. Chanting.
I will chant daily.
How many rounds?
3.
3 rounds, Haribol! Big Haribol day. 3 rounds, okay? Guaranteed. So I'll record that and send it to you all in the group. So,
You say, Prabhu, you say 3, so maybe just 3 Hare Krishna Maha. You didn't say 3 rounds.
No cut through.
Very smart.
Prabhu, please bless him. Tarun Krishna. Please.
Bow down.
Haribol! Come here. So let's all pray for his spiritual benefit. All the kids, please surround him. Come this side, stand the other side. Go inside. Yes, sir. Go here, come here. Come here.
Someone told me about this pouch. Come on, bro.
Oh, the night.
No, my dad. No. What? What you do?
Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna dear Taru, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Rama to you, Hare Rama to you, Hare Rama dear Tarun, Hare Rama to you, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha, Patitanam pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Haribol! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. for your wonderful blessings. Thank you very much. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Kalpa Punya Vatam Rajan Vishwaso Naiva Jayate Sharira Vidyaja Jadendriya Taheka Jiva Fele Vishesagare Tara Madhye Jivvati Lobo Mai Sudurmati Take Jeta Katina Samsare Krishna Barodaya Mai Paribar Jivajai Saprasada Nadilo Bhai Jai Namrita Pavo Sri Radha Krishna Gunagao Premada Ko Chaitanya Nitai Jai Nimai Jai Nitai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Everyone, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Mahaprasadam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Today is a special day, so we have special dinner, Chinese dinner. So please take as much as you want. Thank you. Hari Bol.
Madhav Keshav.